everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pride and Peddlers. Hope you all are doing well today. There have been some stuff that I have been doing since the last episode. I'll catch up everybody on this, and we are actually heading into
the penalty for stubbornness.
beware the penalty for interrupting me again, and we're gonna fix that problem as well. So, let me first and foremost go over here to the options because I totally did not do this before. Not a problem. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pride and Peddlers. Hope you all are doing well today. I'm doing fantastic. I wasn't sure if you're planning on asking anyway, but I told you regardless. So, we are going to be doing a fair amount of stuff today, hopefully within the 30-minute time frame that we normally have this particular scenario running at, and that is one of the major obstacles of Nova Prosperitum itself, which is to move all these artistas to the other side of the frickin' island so we can have a beach. Yes, we have to do that. Why? Because it's an easy way of getting artistas. That's just really the long and short of it. Along with that, we're in another market crash. Isn't that fantastic? It's great. But in this instance, I do want to let everybody know that if you are finding yourself in a moment in which you are constantly experiencing market crashes, after these, know that you can go and purchase the black market goods from the NPCs over there, specifically Margaret Hunt, Carl, and the Admiral, and you can stockpile them because during this time, the affected goods are the ones that they're in fact selling, right? One major element of this particular scenario that I've come to understand is because these guys are all volunteers, and I'm saying this in air quotes, they're not paying you any money, okay? So that's flat out zero. A normal artista would be paying out the wazoo for practically everything that you have here and you're providing to them. The same goes for their happiness requirements. It's just flat happiness. They're not paying you for anything. The only way they'll pay you is if you provide them with black market goods. So for example, this artista would want Abstein, fur coats, and pocket watches. There should be no reason in the world for you to ever provide these things to them, okay? Not unless the actual game is telling you you have to do it for a certain amount of time to fulfill a quest, okay? That's a different story. That's okay to do, but only for the duration of that. And I want to say it's only 10 minutes. It's really only 10 minutes to get that all sorted. Apart from that, what we want to really do is start stockpiling on some black market goods. So over here in our port of Nova Prosperitum, for example, if I can find it, we have 150 canned food over here. And then I'm pretty sure on Caldera de Fuego, I put some additional stuff. We have some fur coats over here. That's also pretty solid. We have some cognac somewhere. There we go. And then we have some biscuits over here with some absinthe. Now, here's the coolest thing. I'm actually passively producing a black market good right now on Buena Costa, which is what we have to focus on a little bit more, which is the absinthe. How, you ask? Well, I have this nifty little blending tank, and this comes from random stars in the water. So make sure every single star you see, like this one, you go and investigate it. More times than not, you're going to get a useless item, and the useless item being some sort of construction material or like a crop or something, you know, something you can just like be like, oh, whatever, I already have enough of this, I'll just put it to the side. But sometimes you get something like this, and that's really cool. So we're passively producing absinthe once every 4 cycles, and that essentially means that we have around 2 coming in per minute from these 2 rum distilleries working. It changes the input from sugarcane and wood to sugar and ethanol. So the actual production of this is a little bit more difficult, along with the fact that, you know, obviously increased workforce and maintenance costs, all that stuff, but the payoff is better because at this stage, we can probably sell a decent amount of this absinthe to keep ourselves afloat through this market crash. But we're at 19.3 mil right now, so that's also not a big problem. We'll probably lose around a mil in this. So like the $1 million dung event happening immediately thereafter, it's not going to impact us at all, really, because we're providing our people with enough dung. I mean, there's outhouses everywhere at this point. So we have to, at some point, go ahead and expand upon this. And what I would like to do today is definitely work on Buena Costa a decent amount. I also want to show you what's happening on Arrakis as well. No, there haven't been any Fremen attacks, not that I'm aware of. What we need to start here is definitely getting cattle and corn worked on ASAP, because the only one that's actually providing the corn to us, being Ducal Garino, is now providing it to not only Nova Prosperitum, it's also providing it to Caldera de Fuego, and now it's also providing it to Arrakis. Arrakis needs a lot of corn for all the ethanol factories that are working there now. There's 6, and they're going through a lot of it. Okay, so we want to make sure at least Ducal Garino is capable of having some modicum of corn here. And because Buena Costa is our food-related island now in this section of the world, I definitely want to get it started. So what we'll have going first and foremost are going to be the cattle farms themselves. And I'm just going to start them from like right over here. I'm purchasing more fuel and bringing it over here because quite frankly, I have the funds, I can do it. And we're going to put a warehouse right over here, right in front of it. We can have the tractor barn, and I definitely want to make sure we have the fertilizer silo working as well. And let's just go ahead and build up all these farm fields. Perfect, looking good. So that's the very first one. This thing is going to process very quickly. If I go over here, how fast are you guys actually working? 15 seconds. Okay, that's definitely perfect. How fast do you guys work now? You're at 12 seconds. Okay. But the cool thing about this is we're going to get some additional corn every couple cycles. In total, we have 8. Do we need 8 of these? Probably not, really. But I will build this at least 3. And it looks like we're actually going to need a lot more materials, specifically being timber and bricks. And that's one good thing that we have some ships that can do this. I've also brought some aluminum profiles over because I want to actually also provide the cattle stuff over here as well, which means the corn is definitely going to be very, very important. So let's head on back. We're going to need to get some more bricks. I think from this end, or is it this end? I think in the back end, this is where it's going to be a little bit faster. So until the ship arrives, let's start moving some of these artistas. I can't believe I have to do this for a beach. There have been a lot of weird things I've had to do in Anno 1800 just to keep the, citizens appeased and whatnot, but I've never actually had to move their entire city for a building, okay? So we're going to put the beach right over here. And normally, we would have some ornaments that would actually enhance the range of the beach. We don't have that here. We just have the beach itself. And if we were to connect a road to it, which we're going to have to, I think this is actually going to be the spot to do it. This is not going too far. It's just staying right in here. So we need to get a decent amount of the artistas to be over here right now. And I think, just in general, we can take like a big chunk out of the middle here. And it's probably going to cost us a decent chunk, I think. But whatever. We have to do it. And we're going to relocate them right over here. So now these guys are going to get the beach need for sure. And that's going to be at perfect. And we're going to also have to move the Samba school because we don't want the Samba school to not be working. I actually want to put it in a nice spot. Let's put it right here. This is actually a really nice spot, dude. Really nice spot for a Samba school. And they don't really need the marketplace at all, do they? No, they don't. That's fine. It actually works out very well for us. Let's go and take a big chunk out like so. And we're just going to move it all the way back here. And we're going to put it like so. There are a lot of people here that don't have anything they require. And that's because now they don't have a connection to the main harbor area. And that's definitely not what we're supposed to do. Problem solved. Oh, these guys are also... Well, look, this is what you wanted, alright? I'm giving you the beach you so covet. Don't be upset with me. Be upset with yourselves. And I'm speaking to the artisans, not with you guys. I can never be upset with you all. Okay, so that's another good spot for some artistas. They're not particularly happy at the moment. It's mostly the Abreras and now the artistas for sure. Yeah, because of the boxing school, or boxing arena. So let's go ahead and put down a boxing arena as well. I think a good spot to put it in would be right here. It seems this is where a good spot will be for all of these, because this is actually... It's really like an oasis type feel. You ever been to, oh, what is that place called? Catalina Island? It's a really pretty beautiful place. If you haven't been, definitely consider going. We're gonna have to move these guys as well, so I'm gonna try to just do something like this. We're probably gonna have to put some of the homes... We're gonna reposition some of them, that's for certain. So, maybe... This, unironically, kind of works. So, we're gonna put it, like, right here. And we're gonna build a road around it. Perfect. So, it's not in line with this one, but that's quite alright. Head back on over here. We have a bunch of them. It's crazy. I'm just gonna try and take themselves and not the roads now. So I don't really mess with anything else, per se. And just see where I can fit them. I might have to do them individually, because there's also the problem of these freaking oil springs that are over here. Yeah, I'm gonna do it individually. I think that's probably the best way of going about it. And get you, and we're gonna park you... right here. And immediately build roads around you. I might have to move the Samba School actually further into the middle here. Even though that is a really nice spot to put it in, I definitely don't want them to be upset. So we're going to move the boxing arena as well. And now all the artistas here are definitely going to have enough of what they would require. So that's a good thing. Go and grab another box set. We're going to put this one right over here. And what we can do as well is we can just bring over the box sets. And when I mention box sets, I'm talking about like these boxed homes like this. You don't have a warehouse close by. Yep, I've totally forgot that they required a warehouse. I think this should be an adequate spot for that. Not a big deal. Because we're not doing any beautification work in this anyway, so we have to just make sure this works. One major thing with the artistas that I would definitely want to maintain is getting these restaurants and putting them next to it. So, like, these guys are over here for the Jalea Kitchen and then for the Mescal Bar. The sugar is also something that I want to actually try to produce here on Nova Prosperitum as well. The main reason for that is I have enough workforce to do it. The problem is the NPCs just don't bring it enough for me to want to, like, constantly trade with them. Oh, there's one house that might actually get destroyed if I don't get to it soon enough. And I'm going to put another box right over here. It's not what I wanted. I'm gonna do something like that. I also need to do this so that house doesn't get destroyed. We still have a fair amount of artistas, that's for certain. Let's see if I can bring over 2 and bring it all the way over to like right here. Yeah, that kind of works. And we'll loop this around. Perfect. So these guys should be a lot happier now that they actually have a beach need, right? And it's going to be a perfect. This is why I wanted them to actually be here. This is going to help out considerably. Getting a 2 like additional freaking artistas just by putting that thing down is fantastic. It looks nicer. So I think we're on the right track here. And we'll probably have pockets, so when we bring over more box sets, we're more than likely going to align it along the roadsides here. We have enough fertilizer on Nova Prosperitum, and remember later on we're going to be getting rid of most of these farm fields anyway, so it should be alright. Let's head back over to Buenacosta really quick. Actually, Caladan needs to bring over some more materials. We need more timber, I think, than we do bricks. Let me just double check. How we looking with the bricks in here? We have 44 bricks. We don't have enough of the timber. Okay. Well, we do also have the scrubbing buddy. Scrubbing buddy is taking a little bit of a break from constantly bringing over corn. So let's go ahead and utilize them really quick to bring over some additional timber. It might take some time, but he'll get the job done. And these guys are already loaded up with corn as well, so let's find a good spot out of the way to put down some of our cattle farms, because we're going to need a lot of cattle over here. Caldera de Fuego is just not providing enough for us. Oh, there's a little ridge over here. You know what? Let's get a road connection all the way to here. I have a feeling I can just make him right here. It's not a big deal, is it? Where's Caldera de Fuego? Let's try to copy this one, because I actually made a half-decent cattle farm design for once. Yeah, we'll put them right here. So we'll need some more aluminum profiles. No, we actually have enough aluminum profiles. We need the timber. The timber is the most important thing right now. But at least we're producing some cattle and some beef over here. So that's only processing at 2. Oh boy. That means these guys are going to need a lot more of them. And that's okay. I mean, this is our food-related island, so I'm fine with that. We're going to have to expand upon our population as well. More than likely move these sugar factories over. I could probably put them in the middle here. Actually, go ahead and do that, because this is a better spot. We'll leave this area open for some additional goods that we're going to need. The rum distilleries are very powerful now. So they're not actually a lot faster. They are fast based off the electricity. But the ethanol coming in with the sugar and providing extra abslime for us is just, oof, chef's kiss. Love to see it. But we're also producing some milk here now, too. Oh, that's right, because they have electricity. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. The milk is definitely going to be really important later. And let's continue on with this. So let's just bring over these two. And we're going to have to work a little bit quickly. Let's park them right here. And then we're going to individually move the homes. Like so. Just align this spot. We can put one here. Put one here. One here. And we can work to make another box in here. Oh, this one may not actually work. Let's get you over here. Okay, and you should be there. That's okay. Let's connect them all. We'll need to have room for 2 more over here. Yeah, we can connect it like this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to work on this road just a wee bit. Really cool. So you guys should actually have the beach, right? Yeah, I think it goes so far as to like over here. And we have this random outhouse over here that we're going to have to move at some point. Next spot to work on. Do these guys need the chapel as well? I totally forgot. They might. I have no clue. I'll have to look at them again. So this would work minus that one spot for the oil spring. Not all buildings can be moved. Okay, let's put it like right here, because apparently the game wants to be difficult with me right now. Totally not saying that I'm being difficult with the game. I'm saying the game's being difficult with me. And I think we'll go ahead and start the next block over here. And we have this be right here. We're going to move this and just park it right around it. And connect it all up like so. Wonderful. I actually thought this was going to be a difficult task. It was initially. But now I think we're doing a really good job in just bringing them over little by little. And... why? Which one? Where would it be demolished? Not all buildings can be moved. Why? Every building here can... oh, because of the... aha, I see. That's why. I understand. I get it, game. Let's go right up here. We'll put these guys... actually, we can just go ahead and probably just do this. That works! Nice! So can I also put these ones at different locations? They all have one, for the most part. These guys can probably have just this random outhouse over here. And it's still gonna help. You know, that's fantastic. It will still help them out here. And that means we can also work on this spot a little bit. Probably fixing up the roads and whatnot. Speaking of roads, we're going to build a little bit. That kind of looks a little wonky. I don't know. I'm just going to try not to look at it. Alright, do we have everything that we need over here now? Did you arrive? You are almost here. Because I'm trying to multitask doing that moving and also getting Buenacosta running. Because I don't want to see these guys stopping. The 4 tortilla factories are actually working relatively well. So I don't really think I'm going to have to expand upon them quite yet. That being said, is it something that might need to happen in the future? Possibly. Let's get this warehouse over there so we actually don't have enough timber again. I think... yeah, it's definitely going to be Nova Prosperitum that has the most. And I don't have fast ships in the means of, like, having a steamship at all, unless you want to consider the flagship to be one, kind of. But I'm not going to produce these for the sole reason that actually making motors is like hell. And I do not want to do this at all. I'm going to have to, probably for the scooters. But I want to see what the heck the scooters even require before I even entertain this. The cinema, on the other hand, we're working to actually get this going little by little. Okay, so the Scrubbing Buddy is actually almost here, so let's fast forward it and get to this stage. Do you guys not have enough fertilizer? Oh, now they're providing it. Okay, good. Good. Wonderful. So let's put these 100 timber in here. We're going to go ahead and build up this warehouse, and we're going to build up this silo. So now how much are they producing here with the beef? It's at 4. But we'll see once this one actually gets some stuff into the silo itself, because it's still working at a minute. This one being at 30 seconds. They will produce some extra stuff here and there too. So that's also fantastic. Might need to actually get another warehouse as well, because we don't want the transport. Oh no. Where? Dude, I just literally moved them, and this is what happens? Game's on crack, I swear. And not anything good. I've never done drugs, so... Never planning on it. Do not do drugs. Bad for you. Bad. So, how many more artistas we have here? Just the ones in the front? Yeah, let's get... This one's just a solo Andy, so we're just gonna move him. Like... Actually, we can put him, like, right here. That works. Because they'll still be in range of this, right? Yeah, perfect. Okay, we're gonna get some more fertilizer from him. And then we'll move these ones over back here. Gotta love relocation. Forced relocation, actually. That's literally what I'm doing to these poor people. It doesn't look fantastic, but it'll still be functional. I guess we can go from that aspect. And that'll be connected right over there. So all the buildings here are now connected. Now we just need to wait for this freaking flu epidemic, whatever the hell, to finish. Let's get this line. I think there might be a spot that we can just put them in as is, and there is. Perfect. Let's just stuff them right over here. And the last ones are right over here. I'm gonna move them. And I think what we would have to... If it tells me that it's gonna delete the building, I'll just let it do it. Yeah. I don't care. I'll just delete that one. Even though it was an Artista building, it's fine. We have enough Artistas over here anyway. If it was going to be the fertilizer one, that's fine too. I don't really care at the moment. I just want to see them be in a better location. And I am still thinking about potentially keeping the whole cotton farms over here, the cotton plantations. Mostly because I just don't know. We can also... we need to go to Arrakis and check it out there too. Arrakis does have cotton fertility, but at the same time... We're producing bombins here, and I don't really feel like moving it at the moment is going to be a good idea. But again, we'll have to see as time progresses. This spot is going to need some additional services, specifically being like a fire station over here. Probably one back over here. And we're going to need a police station. At least something I can put it in a cool spot. I think I might have been able to, but it's not going to really work out really well now. I'll just put it back here. That should be sufficient enough. We're not going to have any, like, riots, I feel. Like, definitely illnesses, that's a thing. But overall, I think we're fine. Back here might be a little bit sus in the future if there is an illness. But I think we'll be okay. So let's actually go and check Arrakis really quick. And I'm really excited to show you as well. So we have a population here. It's relatively decent. You see, we have 162 ethanol. It's working very, very, very well. And these are the the spice silos, as I like to call them now. We have 6 of them running, and with, you know, just 3 lumberjack huts, which are producing passive cotton for us, and that's really, really good. We're producing 12 ethanol per minute, and that's really substantial, which means the corn routes that are coming from Ducal Garino are very important to make sure that we don't ever run out of corn. And so far, it's looking like we're okay. So we can work actually to upgrade a couple more homes and expand the population here to get more of these ethanol factories up and running. And again, because I'm not fully going through every little bit of this, because if I were to do every little bit of this particular series, it would take us probably the same duration as like half of the expert campaign. And I'm not sure, based off of, I must be very honest with everybody, as I always am. I really appreciate transparency. It's definitely not doing as well as the expert campaign is, that's for certain. But I definitely want to make sure that the interest is still there for this particular scenario. So I know there's a decent amount of you that are very interested in this one, are playing along with me, and that's why we're still doing it. I'm not going to stop it, but I will do, as I mentioned earlier, time skips so we can see the big changes, and for you guys to like get some ideas, save as you go, and work to get to a similar stage. You know, getting an island to have and produce ethanol later on is going to be very, very good, because what we ultimately want to do is provide film reels to our artistas so they're happy, and we also want to sell a lot of them, because the Auska, not right now, of course, but later on, we'll purchase film reels for quite a bit. And they're fast to produce. Back over to Buena Costa really quickly. We are now at 5. That's terrible. Why is it that slow? I would imagine you'd be a lot faster. Okay, well, we're probably going to have to continue supplementing the beef coming in here, because that's definitely not good. Let's see about getting 2 more of these things built. These guys are also consuming all this stuff, so we're out of jornaleros. That's definitely not good either. Let's go ahead and build 2 more blocks. It doesn't want to cooperate with me. We'll build 1 more, I suppose. Put this one like right over here. And we'll just put some homes in between. So, again, we're going to need some more timber. And I'm pretty sure you have arrived. Right? Where are you? Not close enough to the harbor, it seems. What is this epidemic? Oh my god, they're going all the way over here. That's on the edge of the radius. Can we get to this one? Why can't we mobilize? Oh, have we already done so? And we need to upgrade these to advanced and provide them with little pills. Which I probably assume, like, it's back here. There it is. The city hospital at 6,000 artistas. Okay, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I love to see it. Really love to see it. But I'm glad we did this little thing. Move all these ones over here. Just, that looks ugly now. Just go ahead and rebuild the road in the middle here. Gonna probably move the museum all the way in the back here. There's some space right over here. Probably gonna reshift these things. We can even consider building the town within the farm fields as well. That might be potentially interesting to see. Later on, we're going to have to get back onto the whole perfume thing. The only problem with this one, again, is the ethanol requirement. Because right now the ethanol is not working at 100%, I need to work to expand upon that a little bit more before we actually can get ethanol over here for perfume. And these guys go throughout a lot of perfume. I might have to get into their freaking hospital over on this side, and I'll probably need to move this warehouse in order to do it. Where can I put you? I think over here is a good spot because we have some more of these oil springs. Let's go ahead and park another one of these over here just in case, because we don't want these guys to get sick and all that good stuff. It's not fun. And let's get one of the Jalea kitchens over here if I can potentially fit one. Like I probably could have if I positioned this a little bit better, but might have to do a little bit more restructuring work with moving some of the houses and whatnot. So like we can put one over here looking at a conveniently placed oil spring on the left and the right. So we'll put that right over there. I'll put my little evil laugh in there from time to time. And you don't, yeah, well, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. You are now close enough to the warehouse, are you not? Oh no, you're not even connected to a road. That's your problem. Okay, now, there we go. So we have like this one paved street running through the middle. We can actually pave out this whole side because there's definitely enough over here to utilize. Let's see how much is there. That's 580, 620, 340. Should be 1,000 in here. Or 420. You know what? We're gonna do it. Just gonna get all these guys to have paved roads. Not the middle. I'll probably get rid of the ones in the middle. I have to be very careful with it then. And that allows our hospitals to actually get to where they need to faster. Along with the radius of every single thing that we have here being essentially expanded upon a little bit. There we go. So we have our nice little Artista quarter. This is literally the Artista Collective here. We just took them all from the back and now we put them in the front. Or from the front and we put them in the back. You know what I'm talking about. I just wish I could do like some beautification work. You know what I mean? That's kind of the one little bit that's irking me. So how we're looking over here. How much beef is that coming out now? It's at 11. We're needing 19, so we can still work on this. I think if we build another 4 and put them right back here, we should be solid going forward. But now we do have our food island pretty much situated. We're producing absinthe, which is fantastic. We have rum, which is coming out very well. Fried plantains and tortillas. I actually want to see how much we could sell potentially. Let's see, where is the Caladan right now? Caladan is sick. Okay. Well, if we're sick, then we should definitely go over to Margaret Hunt and provide her with some canned food. I think that's the only logical thing to do. Spread the love, as it were. Oh, man. Do you think we can get here in 6 minutes? I put it on fast forward. Oh, there was actually an illness because of it. Oh, there was the illness there. Anyway, whatever. But we're bringing it over. The Nova flu. Oh, God. Okay, so let's actually try to sell this. After this is going to be the $1 million dung event. Yep, okay. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, we'll definitely get Margaret Hunt sick with this one. We'll just hang out over here. I'm sure she has like a little bit of a benevolent soul from time to time. And how much will she purchase this? 220% extra? So let's see. Hey, Marge. It's not a lot, but it's definitely something that we could sell. Yeah, more for purchasing purposes, I guess. But, you know, we'll sell it anyway. Make some money out of it. Prince is my pilot. No, well, you know, I'm just going to hang out here because I feel like we have a lot to talk about. Hunt, you know, there's been some bad blood between us and whatnot, you know. And I think we should just talk out. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got a tissue or something? Oh, I sneezed on your face. I really apologize. But anyway, while I'm talking with Margaret Hunt, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please consider like, commenting, subscribing, hitting that bell button, sharing it with your friends. As always, I very much appreciate every single one of you. Hopefully you got a laugh. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you have any questions about the scenario, I'll be more than happy to answer them. And as always, I will catch you on the next episode, my Rentians.